Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you are all well. Just a quick one before we go any further into the video. I just want to say the live that should have been last night will be tonight. For those of you who may have thought that you've missed it, no, you haven't missed it. I just rescheduled it. I did put a notification in the community feed, but I appreciate not everyone has access to the community feed. And yes, so that will be tonight, and we'll be discussing the Steve Gonsalves statements that he made to me. But anyway, oh, and by the way, you're looking absolutely amazing. It's that Christmas glow. You've got the Christmas glow. And, yeah, looks good on you. Shall we get into it? Because today we're going to be talking about a monster. And in order to catch you up, we're going to start at the beginning of it, and then we're going to work to present day, because her court case has literally just started, like yesterday, I believe. Strap yourselves in. It's a rough one. So this, Norton Shores, Michigan, a Norton Shores woman has been charged with the murder in the death of her teenage son, who authorities say had been abused, with the Muskegon County prosecutor calling it one of the more sadistic cases he has ever seen. The Norton Shores Police Department said officers were sent Wednesday morning to a home on Marshall Road near E. Heil Road to investigate a suspicious death. There they found 15-year-old Timothy Ferguson dead. Prosecutors said the medical examiner ruled the death a homicide, listing the cause of death as a combination of multiple factors, including malnutrition and hypothermia. Don't, like I say, trigger warning, because this gets dark. And let's just remember, this is a mother, and we also hear about the brother's involvement later as well. Prosecutor DJ Hilson told News 8 that Timothy had some sort of incapacity or mental incapacity, though he did not have precise details. I've been at this job for over 20 years, Hilson said. The things that walk through this door on a day in and day out basis are horrific and traumatic. But I can safely say that within my career, this is probably one of the more sadistic and tragic events that I have ever seen and witnessed and been part of. Shanda Vander Ark, so that's who we're talking about, Shanda Vander Ark, Timothy's mother, was taken to the Muskegon County Jail. She was charged Friday afternoon with open murder and first-degree child abuse. Appearing at arraignment via video, Vander Ark leaned forward, complaining of nausea as the judge explained her rights. "I feel like I'm going to throw up," she said. When the judge said she was charged with open murder, she exclaimed, "Oh God," and rocked back and forth. Obviously, she had some kind of mental incapacity to think that you can do what she did and there would be no repercussions to it. Fucking moron. Muskegon County Chief Trial Attorney Matt Roberts told the court that Vander Ark engaged in a number of punishments of Timothy that were beyond the pale, saying she denied him food, fed him only on bread or bread soaked in hot sauce, poured hot sauce down his throat, and placed him in an ice bath the day before his death, hence the hypothermia, believed to be the cause of hypothermia. Took the words right out of my mouth. Roberts said that Vander Ark should not have had custody of Timothy. This is a tragedy that could have and should have been prevented, something that we hear consistently. Again, another one where the child suffers because of a parent. I don't think anybody will be putting a bubble around this one, however. He said an investigation by Oklahoma Child Protective Services between 2009 and 2012 yielded a recommendation that her parental rights should be terminated. In 2012, she agreed to leave the home and not have custody of her children to avoid a court order terminating her rights. Her 4 children, including Timothy, were left in the custody of their father. The court documents from Oklahoma showed, and Vander Ark was ordered to pay child support. The other 3 are now adults. Reached by phone Friday, Timothy's father declined to comment to News 8. This is a News 8 report here. This isn't where it is. This is actually on Wood TV. Hilson said Vander Ark had a fifth child with a different man. That child, aged 7, has been taken into the custody of the state of Michigan. He said Timothy arrived in West Michigan in May 2021. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, which runs the state's Children's Protective Services, told News 8 that if a court in another state issues a final order and closes a case, Michigan would not know about a parent moving and having a child with them. When cases are still open, there are protocols to ensure another state's orders are being followed. MDHHS said it could not release information about specific cases. Asked about her employment, Vander Ark told the court she was a law clerk for Newaygo County Circuit Court, and the county confirmed to News 8 she was an employee. Vander Ark said she had passed the bar but had not yet received her license because her husband suffered a stroke. Citing grave concerns about the safety of the community and the seriousness of the allegations against her, Muskegon County Judge Maria Ladis Hoops denied Vander Ark bond. Fred Johnson, the Muskegon County Chief Public Defender, said while the allegations are horrific, she should have been released. All right. The judge's decision was probably correct under the law. It just wasn't the one I think was appropriate to this young lady, Johnson said. She has no criminal history. She has no place else to go. She has family here in the community. She's not a run threat. She's not a threat to hurt anyone else. Even given the allegations, they're all directed toward a specific group of people. All those people are now protected. What in the actual fuck are they saying? Oh, because she's a young woman who tortured and killed her child and was helped with her other child, she should be allowed out in the public because there's nobody else that she can hurt, because this was a target and an isolated situation. You couldn't make this shit up. Johnson said she could have been placed under house arrest. That would have served the interests of justice in terms of making sure she shows up for court and making sure she isn't around other children, he said. He met Vander Ark 2 years ago when she was a law student. When you hear these, and this is the issue here, isn't it? This is, again, someone in law who knows her because she was studying law. It feels for her, you know, probably thought she was a nice person and get fucked. When you hear these allegations, they're shocking. And if you know a person or not, Johnson said that, I actually know her and would never have thought this of her. That added to the surprise. My point exactly. Vander Ark, 43, was granted a court-appointed attorney and is expected back in court July 21st and July 28th for hearings. However, Johnson said there may be mental health evaluation before that, which could delay the process. Obviously, this is an early report, this is. So we're gonna get caught up. I can't imagine any parent treating a child like that, let alone doing it over a period of time. That ultimately, allegedly, caused this young man's death, Hilson said. As a parent, I can't even put into words how I feel about another parent treating a child like that. Timothy would have turned 16 in August. So we'll get rid of this one and we'll come here. So Muskegon, Michigan, trial is underway in Muskegon County for a woman accused in the starvation death of her 15-year-old son. Shanda Vander Ark is charged with open murder and first-degree child abuse. Her son, Timothy Ferguson, who prosecutors say had some sort of incapacity or mental incapacity, was found dead at the family's Norton Shores home in July 2022. He weighed just 69 pounds. An autopsy determined he died. By the way, a child around his age, an average weight would be around 150 pounds, I imagine. So 69 pounds. Just to put that into context. An autopsy determined he died from dehydration and extreme emaciation due to malnutrition and starvation. The medical examiner ruled his death a homicide. Vander Ark allegedly denied Timothy food, fed him only bread or bread soaked in hot sauce, poured hot sauce down his throat and placed him in an ice-cold bath before his death, believed to be the cause of hypothermia. Prosecutor said in court in 2022, and he was also forced to sleep in a closet with an alarm on the door. An assistant prosecutor earlier said Vander Ark chose to essentially torture the child. Opening statements are expected Wednesday, and the trial is scheduled to last all week. If convicted, Vander Ark faces up to life in prison. Vander Ark has a 21-year-old son who also faces a charge of first-degree child abuse in the case. A trial date is pending. So her other son is also, yeah. You can't make this stuff up, can you? Do you know what I mean? How can this continue to be a thing? How can this continue to be a thing where children are consistently cannon fodder for parents who are simply just evil people? Evil people. I remember early on in this channel's life, do you know what I mean? Like, people talk about me not covering UK cases. There ain't many that go public, you know. But we spoke about two murders in particular, and that was Star Hobson and Arthur Labinio Hughes. And these were horrific, truly horrific cases. Some of you may have heard of these cases, some of you haven't heard of them. If you'd like me to recover these two cases, and again, they're horrific cases, and they're around children, so you may not want to hear it. But I think it's important for people to understand that these sort of things happen. There was a case not so long ago where someone, a young female, was found, and she had basically been left on a sofa to the point where she had melted into the sofa. Can you even imagine that? And then you got people like this. But anyway, she is in court as we speak. I think as I literally record this, the court hearing is going. If you'd like me to jump on and stream the court case and the court hearings, please do let me know down below. It's not something that I've done before. I think I've done it once, but if you'd like me to do that, there's something that I wouldn't be against doing. So yeah, do let me know down below. But let me know what you think to this case. What an evil, evil bitch. And I hope she gets what she deserves. Catch you all later today.